Hey everyone, so Bloxburg just added something that will change the game for a lot of players, and I did want to make a video about it, but then I was like, you know what, it's gonna be too short and it's gonna be too simple, so I decided to think about 11 things that you might not know in Bloxburg or may have forgotten about. In today's video, first thing I want to talk about the reason I wanted to make this video, and the reason that inspired this video, is the fact that you can now place food on basic shapes, and this will mean a lot to players who use basic shapes. This is definitely a very big update that wasn't spoken about. It was added later after the latest update was added. They added another small update for this and something else that I will talk about in a minute, something less significant. But right now, so this table is made out of basic shapes. If I want to place my food on here, I can place it. I can basically place it anywhere now. Super useful to know. Also, if you want to do picnics in your backyard and you made a little carpet with a basic shape or something on it like that, you can now place it on the ground, have a little picnic with your friends just sitting on the ground, you know, just like the coziness of it all, and I'm super happy about that. Then another thing that was added after the update was done is the fact that this car, so it was the new Bloxburg car. You had this vintage car. If you had a material on your roof, so normally it's open, and if you close your roof, it was actually broken. The material was broken. I don't know if a lot of players noticed. I haven't really seen a lot about it online, but the material didn't go up with the roof. The material actually stayed behind right here, and your roof seemed kind of off. You would see the texture flying here. That is now fixed. We can now have a material on top of the car. Of course, I chose the rusty material. I could have chosen anything else, but I chose that. Now, anyways, did want to mention that real quick. Then another thing that was added later, so after the latest update was released, is that if you now place this swinging or this wooden porch swing, and you place it down, of course I placed it really far, but right now if you sit on it, as you can see, the chair will slightly move. It's barely noticeable, but it slightly moves, and once you go off it, it will just go back to normal very slowly, but I think it's so calming to see, and like if you sit on it, just like the slight movement of it is just really nice and cozy. And I'm glad they actually made it move, because when the update came out first, this did not move. Then another thing a lot of players might actually not know about, but it's like just fun for roleplays or just more realistic in a way. It's something very small and simple. However, if you hold any type of food, let me hold this tea real quick. If you hold any type of food and then you click on the oil bottle, you can actually use it to spice up your food or put some oil in your food. You can do it on any type of food. Let's say I want to put some oil on my turkey leg. You can go ahead and put some oil on your turkey leg. So just a little fun addition that not a lot of players know about. I mean, it's just something fun for roleplay. Like, let me put some oil on your food, and then you do this. Wow, it just went behind my arm, and you like act as if you add oil onto it. It's just really fun. And I don't see a lot of players actually use that, so I thought I'd mention it real quick. Then number 5 has to do with the lemons. So if you eat a lot of lemons, sometimes it goes fast, sometimes it goes slow, and you keep eating it. Okay, it didn't happen now. Let me eat another one. Eat all. And there you go. Your face goes sour if you eat so many lemons. The effect stays for a little bit, and then once it's worn off, as you can see, your smile comes back. So it's just a fun little addition. If you eat a lot of lemons, your face will actually go sour for a little bit. And not a lot of players know about this. I thought it was just a fun little addition to the game. Like, just eat a lot of lemons and you will have a sour face, just like a baby. But again, that's something that not a lot of players know about, and it's just something really funny in my opinion. Then number 6, we're staying in the kitchen department. You can now, from build mode, place all of these boxes like cereal and milk, but a lot of players don't actually realize that they are usable. So if you click on the cereal box, you can take the ingredients for cereal. It will come back. It did not disappear. It will just respawn in just a second, and then if you go ahead and mix it, you will have your own bowl of cereal. And there you go. You have your own bowl of cereal that you can eat right now. So you don't even need a fridge. You can just use a box if you just want to eat cereal for the rest of your life. Same thing with the milk. If you click on the milk carton, you can actually take milk. Also, holding click on this, but that is just something that everybody knows already. Holding your mouse button on the drink button. Wow, so confusing, will make you drink all of the milk that is left, or will make you drink a full glass of milk. It works for any food. You can quick eat with that. Also, same thing, by holding E, you will quick eat your entire meal. I'm sure there's some more types of these boxes that are usable, but I just wanted to mention it real quick because some people just put them as decorations but don't really know that you can actually use them. So I thought it was just important to mention that once again. Then the next thing has to do with sleeping, and it only works between, I think it's 6 p.m. and 7 a.m. But the more people sleep on the server, the faster time will actually skip. So right now I'm alone in the server. If I sleep, the time will skip really, really fast to skip the night. So if you're in a server and you're role-playing with a few people, the more people sleep, the faster the night will go by. So if one person sleeps, the night will go by a little bit faster than if no one sleeps. If 3 people sleep, the night will go by even faster than if one player sleeps, for example. But yeah, it's really fast, and as you can see, time is moving up real fast right now. But it does stop at 7 a.m. I think, when the sun has come up. So you can't do it during the day to go to night, but you can do it during the night to go to day. And yes, it does work in public servers. And so it's almost 7 a.m. The sun has come up, and as you can see, it stops at 7 a.m. and the time goes back to normal. Then number 8, fully grown flowers and plants will not wither anymore. So actually, if all of this is fully grown, I do not need the sprinklers. I do not need to water them. As soon as I, for example, have a full-grown lemon tree, I will not have to water it anymore. But if I do take off the lemons, so if I take the lemons off, my plant will start to grow lemons again, which means I will have to water it again. Same thing with flowers, same thing with like watermelons and stuff. If it's growing, you will have to water it at a certain point. If it's fully grown, you will not have to water it anymore because it is fully grown, ready to harvest. It happens with every type of plant and flower, so you can again place flowers everywhere you like without worrying about watering them. Some people still don't know about that. Thought it was very, very important to know that because it does really help with your builds if you can place flowers around. And I think it was such a big update that was overlooked. So there we go. Then number 9, another quite simple one actually. If you go into baby and kids. So sometimes, you know, when you load in a house and there's like chalk in front of your house or on your property and you want to get rid of it, you can actually use this broom right here that is in household and just wipe it away like that. You will broom for a little bit, and then once you are done with the brooming, the drawing will actually disappear. So if someone is spamming chalk on your plot, well, you can't really spam chalk anymore. So once you draw and you draw somewhere else, the other drawing will disappear. But if like 3 people are drawing on your property, you can just wipe it away, block them, and get rid of it. So I think that's a really cool addition as well. And then there's another thing I want to mention. I actually have a few in my house, but I'll show it in build mode first. There is one light switch that people seem to forget about. It is expensive though, it's 55 Bloxburg, but it's the automatic light switch. Now what that does is it detects the room it's in and will actually turn off the lights until you enter it or someone else enters it. It's basically motion sensing light. I actually added that inside of my basement right here so that the light would not come through the floor, but as you can see, if I enter this, the light turns on. If I leave, the light turns off. Same thing in the other basement room right here, light turns on, light turns off. As you can see, it goes really fast, and it's just this little switch right here. And the fun thing is, you can actually hide it anywhere in the room and it will work. So if you want to hide it behind like a table or something like that, you can just go ahead and hide that. It will still detect a room, and once you enter it, the light will turn on. But I see a lot of people, like when I use that light in my builds and people come visit me, they're like, how come the light goes on or off automatically? And then I tell them about the automatic light switch like it's something new, and that has happened quite a lot of times. So I don't know how many people actually know about this light switch, and I just wanted to mention it as well. And then the last thing I do want to mention is what happens with refunds. So let me find an item with a nice price that is easily calculatable. For example, this $1,000 guitar right here. So if I place 2 of them and then I continue building whatever I am building, as long as I stay in build mode and I don't want to undo because I did build other stuff already, as long as I don't go out of build mode, as you can see, I will get $950 back for selling it, 95%. If I leave build mode, I look around my house and then I go back into build mode, and then I I want to sell my guitar, I will only get 70% or $700 back for it. So if you stay in build mode, you get 95% back of what you just placed. If you leave build mode and go back into it, it goes back to 70% refund. Now, I wish it was 95% for like a few hours after you place the item, because a lot of people, including me, leave build mode to look around a room to see what it actually looks like when you're playing, then delete stuff instead of deleting it while still in build mode. So I wish there was another system for the 95% refund. I do think in a game like Bloxburg, 70% refund on something you sell is very little. I wish it was like 80, but yeah, I wish once you placed something, you had like 2 hours to rethink it and like really think about it instead of leaving build mode and going back into it, because that's too short of a time period for me. But anyways, these are 11 things that you might not know are in Bloxburg or just might have forgotten about it. I hope some of them rekindled your memory, or at least you didn't know about some of these. I especially wanted to show you that you can now place food on basic shapes. I think that is a very big update, and the swinging chair that actually swings now is some important detail as well, because people who are placing this chair expect it to actually move a little bit, so I thought that was a fun addition too. Now anyways, I'm going to leave it at that. If there's any more things that you think about are in the game but not a lot of people know about, let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button and please subscribe.